Do I have any buyer's remorse after spending $1,500 on this M4 Pro Mac Mini? Oh yeah, we got to talk about this one. Let's go. What's up, y'all? Tight Shirt Terry Wolf, and I'm back for another video. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Remember, y'all, to be thankful for your freaking life today because you did not have to have that. A few housekeeping items first before we get started. This is totally off the top of the head. I did not script this video, so I'm probably going to mess some stuff up. Secondly, I really want to talk about why I picked up the M4 Pro Mac Mini because I feel like that's important. So let's start with what I do with my computers because I also feel like that's important. So I am a full-time content creator. I do photography, videos for YouTube, social media, the occasional, like, you know, freelance client and stuff like that. But by and large, I'm doing a lot of photo editing, video editing with some pretty heavy files, you know, 8K files, 6K files, 4K files, multiple timelines, Photoshop, Lightroom, multitasking, all of that good stuff. I know a lot of people getting the M4 Mac Mini and the M4 Pro Mac Mini are into like web development and, you know, compiling Xcode and 3D rendering and all that stuff, and Terry's just not doing none of that stuff. So I feel like I needed to say that first because this is going to kind of play out throughout this video. The next thing is I do have an M1 Max MacBook Pro already, and the reason why, even though that computer, even at the end of 2024 going into 2025, is still a complete freaking monster. It's the 64 gig one with a terabyte of RAM. It's an extremely capable MacBook, even still to this day, but I got sick of the whole coming in the house, taking out the book bag, plugging it up to the monitor and plugging the 3.5mm jack and trying to wake the computer up and the computer waking the monitor up that I always had issues with, even when I had the Apple Studio display, which I sold. And you know, first world problems, but I just got sick of the back and forth with the MacBook, so I wanted something dedicated for the desk. Now, the next thing you're probably gonna say is, Terry, why didn't you just get a Mac Studio? Okay, well, I am cheap, all right? I don't wanna go spending, at this point in my life, $5,000 on a computer. So for me to get a Mac Studio that has similar performance to my M1 Max, it will be, you know, upwards of $2,000, and I just wasn't trying to do all that. So when they announced the M4 Mac Mini and the M4 Pro, and they was like, oh, $599 or $1399 respectively, you obviously build from there. Then I was like, yo, let's run it. So with that said, let's talk about the configuration that I went with. I went with the M4 Pro with a 12-core CPU, 16-core GPU, 24 gigs of RAM, which I'm gonna talk about, 512 gigabytes of storage, which I'm also gonna talk about. It was $1399 plus tax, puts me around $1,500. I spent my own money, nobody gave it to me, and I have every intention on testing it to see if this is the computer that I'm gonna keep. With that being said, you know, I think my first reservation is, I know that the M4 Studio versions are gonna come, and I think that's important to say because they will give us some things that are missing on the M4 Mini and the M4 Pro Mini. I'm getting so tongue-tied. For example, a SD card slot. I know that it's not a big deal to a lot of y'all, but as, you know, somebody who deals a lot with SD cards, I have missed having an SD card slot on. And now when it comes to the unit itself, I'm blown away with how much technology they can fit inside the M4 Pro and the regular M4. Like, this thing is a complete powerhouse, y'all. And I think my only, like I said, reservations about it is the fact that it doesn't have an SD card on it. And, you know, I don't really care about the power button, but I know that's a big thing for some of y'all. I will say that having the 3.5mm jack on the front has been amazing. And there's been something different from my MacBook Pro. I have this little adapter. I brought this up in the first video, okay? I had to use this on my MacBook Pro every time I wanted to plug in my speakers because I would get this really, really bad buzzing and hissing noise with my MacBook Pro, and it was so annoying. This got rid of it. Well, I'm happy to report on my M4 Pro, I don't get any buzzing or noise at all without using this thing, which is a complete W. Also, what I love about the M4 Pro, and I don't know if the other Mac Minis have been the same way, but as I stated earlier in the video, with my MacBook Pro, I would have to plug it up, wait for it to wake up. You know, if it went to sleep, trying to get the thing to wake back up was so annoying. The M4 Pro Mac Mini wakes up every single time that you press a button on the keyboard, and it's mad fast. Now, before we move any forward with this video, two things. If you like this video so far, make sure that you hit subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you get notified when new videos go up. And also, I need to tell you about Artlist and this new feature that they came out. LUTs for all of us creatives, man. It's so fire. Now, if you don't know about Artlist, first of all, they offer royalty-free, copyright-free, professional quality music, sound effects, visual effects, overlays, plugins. They have the new AI voiceover thing. And now, that actually have LUTs. Now, if you don't know what LUTs are, they're basically an easy way to stylize your video footage. Now, once you click on LUTs, the first thing that you'll notice is you can keep scrolling and keep scrolling. There are so many different types of LUTs on here. At the top, they actually have a film strip that has a bunch of different samples that you can use. Also, there's a filter system to help you narrow down which LUT you want to use for your project. There's a style option and a tone option. Then once you find one that you like, you click on it, you'll see that a window opens up with a slider that allows you to see the before and after with and without the LUT. It's so fire. Once you like it, you press download and all you do is drop it into your favorite editing program. I actually used the Forest LUT for this video. Now, the next thing you're gonna say is, Terry, I wanna try this out. You can actually go try all of this stuff out for free. However, once you like it, I'm gonna recommend that you sign up for the Artlist Max plan. Even though they have a price plan for everybody, the Artlist Max plan gives you everything that we talked about, including the new LUTs, and right now it's actually discounted because of the holiday sale, 10%. And if you use my link down in the description, you also get 2 free months on the annual plan. So if you're creative, you are missing out if you're not using Artlist. Go hit the link in the description. And shout out to Artlist for sponsoring today's video. Now let's talk about performance out of the M4 Pro Mac Mini. Now, I know I told y'all about the stress test that I did, and I'll leave that linked at the end of this video and right up there in the corner. To be honest, I would never put this computer through any of that stuff that I ran in a stress test. I literally tried to throw everything in the freaking kitchen sink at it that I could within the scope of the things that I do. Again, I'm not doing Blender and modeling and gaming and all of that stuff on my computer. I got a whole gaming PC for that if I want to do that. When it comes to real world day-to-day usage, I have not been able to get this machine to slow down one time, okay? I'm using Final Cut Pro a lot of time, multiple streams that are 8K, 6K, 4K. I'm exporting a whole lot of photos. I'm multitasking. I'm doing my daily emails and all that stuff on it. And it just rips. To be honest, and I said this in the stress test, it's definitely faster than my M1 Max, which is crazy because that is still a crazy fast computer. The only time that the M1 Max shows its advantages when you're doing GPU stuff or encoding, because it has more media encoders and a faster GPU. But the only time that it really affects me is during exports, and usually on exports I'm walking away from the computer anyways, so it has not been a big deal. It hasn't overheated. I've only heard the fan once, and it sounded like a mouse breathing, so it wasn't loud at all. I know the swap memory thing is a thing, but to be honest, even though it's there, it's not something that I'm super worried about. I'm still on the fence on whether I should get more RAM or not. But overall, like, this thing has it's literally wiped the floor with everything that I threw at it, and for that I'm actually very pleased, and I have no regrets on the performance out the M4 Pro Mac Mini so far. Now that we got that out the way, I want to talk about, is the M4 Pro the machine for you, and do I have any buyer's remorse after spending 2 weeks with it and spending $1,500 on it? Okay, so I think the regular M4 Mini at $599 is a fantastic value that probably any average person who just needs a computer is the best freaking value out there. It is so powerful, so small to be so cheap. It's ridiculous. I think for creatives, okay, and I'm not gonna say that I'm a hardcore power user, but I am hard on my machines. For 95% of us, the M4 Pro, minus you configuring it the way you want to when it comes to storage and RAM, is way more than enough computer. And listen, this thing is a freaking monster. Obviously, there's gonna be that other 5% of people where the M4 Pro is not enough. And at that point, by the time you pick an M4 Pro, even if you go with the second tier and then you spec it out, you might as well just probably wait for the M4 Max or the M4 Ultra, which I can't even imagine what those are gonna be like in studio form. And the people that need that won't mind paying the cost for it. For me, so far, and I'm only, 2 weeks into my return period, do I have any buyer's remorse spending $1,500 for it? Absolutely not. And I don't say that a lot. A lot of times I have buyer's remorse for the things that I buy, and sometimes I end up returning it. But, short of me figuring out whether I want to go spend some more money on RAM and storage space, I'm completely happy with this M4 Pro Mac Mini. And again, this is my use case. I don't know about you. I don't know what type of stuff you're doing. I don't know if you're running, 3D AutoCAD programs and all that stuff. I'm just talking about what Tight Shirt Terry Warfield uses his computer for. So with those things being said, I'm super curious to know what you think about the M4 Mini and the M4 Pro. Did you cop? Are you waiting on the M4 Max Studio or Ultra Studio? Let me know down in the comment section. Again, if you like this video, make sure that you subscribe, turn on the the notification bell so that you get notified when new videos go up. Make sure you hit the link in the description and sign up for Artlist so you can get those discounts off that annual plan. And I got 2 videos at the end of this video about the M4 Pro Mag Mini that you should watch right after this video. Till next time, I'm out of here. Tight shirt, Terry Warfield. Peace and chicken grease. I'm out, y'all. Much love. Peace.